Hello, welcome to Counter Diary. Counter Diary, we are telling you the untold stories of Liberia. My name is Emmanuel Kotu. Today, we are here behind the BTC in Monrovia, just a few meters away from the Executive Mansion of Liberia. And this is where the sunny ends. You know, you say somewhere Buse Quarter is right there, and you have the barrack. And this place used to be like what we call a serious dump site, but the place is being transformed by the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. George Mane Weah. So let's get in there and see exactly what is being done here. This is Counter Diary. We are telling you untold story of Liberia. Keep watching. Somewhere behind the BTC here, and what you see right here, this is the sea. So if you are talking about building a sport park here behind the barrack, what is needed first, you need to work on how you can prevent this place from being taken away by the sea. As we understand, sea erosion is gradually taking over some coastal area in Liberia, and one of those areas that is not left out is right here behind the BTC. So at this point, what exactly needs to be done? What needs to be done here is that you need to build what they call revetment wall in engineering. In our common sense, we say the sea defense. So the sea defense is being built here to prevent the sea from taking away this area. So keep watching. We're trying to talk to the minister in charge of this area for the construction of this area, Minister Chokonkwi, who is with our portfolio, and he's going to be telling us exactly how much this costs to be, to get some of these things. So keep following us. Let's get on it. This is Counter Diary. We are telling you the untold stories of Liberia.
The first thing we're going to do, we are digging 10 feet from the base of the water. So we're looking at the normal level of the water. So from the normal, okay, so if you turn your camera, that's the water over there. So this is the normal flow of the water. So we dig 10 feet from where the water stops. When you dig 10 feet, we start to plant the first racks. So we start from smaller rack, which is the 0.2 millimeter racks at the bed over the geotextile. And then as we come, we start to increase the thickness of the rack. So as we enter the slope, the higher point, the rack gets bigger. So we dig first from the normal layer 10 feet underground, and then rocks are buried. So it's almost like you're making a foundation. So 10 feet underground will be the first layer of rock. Then above the 10 feet, we have 12 feet of rocks. So this is the finish. So the rock you see here, you got 10 feet under, and then this is 12 feet above sea level.
With the same rack, 12 feet under with the same rack?
We got 10 feet under with the same rack. 10 feet under, and then we have another 12 up. With this, when you see up there, this is where it goes in this particular direction, because when the water comes, it slow down, and then it's going to flow and go back. So what the engineer was telling you, the geotextile, because the geotextile is under, you cannot have the water cannot undermine the rock to roll out, because the geotextile is like a blanket that covers the rock. So because of that, the rock stays in place. Okay, when you look at the rock here, you see what happens here? The geotextile come back and wrap over the rock. It's almost like you're in a blanket and you turn it over you. So when the water comes, it cannot
Go to the rocks.
yeah, it cannot undermine the rock to slide back up. That's what makes the geotester very essential in the work that is ongoing right now. And so this is the process. And if you add the total, we're going almost 24 feet of thickness.
Into the ground.
No, on beneath the ground and above the ground. And then from there, we're gonna have another wall, which we're gonna call like the boat wall, which gonna come right after the refurbishment wall. And this whole process continues. We're gonna have 700-meter length. So we will curve it in the Sony because this project gonna bring a solution to the Sony. And so this is one of the hardest part of the project because it entails a lot of detail work because each rack has to be planted and has to be put in place individually. And that's what you see they are doing. So when you go, all the racks have different layers that it has to be placed.
The duration of the entire project.
The duration of the project, give or take, we are going for the end of April. But all things being equal, you don't know, but the main thing when it comes to project is funding, and that has been secure. And with 100% funding being on hand, I think you can see the speed at which this project is going. Every time you come here, there will be different work being done.
How much are we talking about? You talk about funding increasing 100%. How much are we talking about?
We started with 5.2 from the UAE government
5.2 million.
million. We had to match it by 20%. Then after the new assessment with the PHP, the government has also added more money. So we have all at the end of the project we might
Say how much the government.
with the new revertment wall and everything, we have additional $2.5 million that have been added to the project. You just look and see the magnitude of the revertment wall, and you will know why
Okay, so
we had the contract.
okay, so you've just heard the minister explaining very descriptive terminology, talking about some of those things that require, and you have the textile that you just described, and you can see the sea, and this is going to go below. It's going up to about 12 feet down, and also another 12 feet, so it's about 24 feet in the sea. So those of you watching us, this is Counter Diary. We are still telling you the untold stories of Liberia and making sure, like I said, this place used to be called, a Pupu Park, but now it's going to be transformed by the president. Okay, so you have heard from the minister. It's about time we speak to the city mayor of Monrovia, Mayor Jefferson Tambakoji is here. So let's get to him. What does he feel about this particular project? Keep watching. This is Counter Diary.
Presidential function of the country. So he designated the Minister of State over portfolio alongside with me, and his heart for this country is continuing to demonstrate that. So we're glad to come back with you again to let the world know that when we conducted the tour, it was not just mere word that we were expressing. The president is a man of the word. We are taking note and observing. There are some key components that an engineer has spoken to you. We were talking about the revertment wall. As you can see now, practically it's currently in motion, and they have given everything. So basically, I just came to accompany the Minister of State of our portfolio to see the residents in Monrovia particularly are very excited, and the country as a whole, they are also excited, but not surprised, neither astonished about the output and the workings of this president. He's a man of his word. He's a man of the people. He believes in his people. He will not hesitate to do exactly what will benefit the Liberian people. So we're looking forward with a high level of optimism to see how this wonderful and amazing park can be constructed in not too long distant future so that our people can begin to have access. Too often we witness some of these luxurious, you know, some of these luxurious facility, but we do not have an opportunity uh, to have it and to participate and to enjoy it. But this man, after living in Europe for a long period of time, he did not just live in Europe. He's tried to a lot of you who may not have an opportunity to go in Europe, he tried to transform and bring Europe to you. And I think that's what he's doing in his presidency. So we're glad, and Liberian people are very glad, they're very excited. So today we're here, and I want to say to you, his work is to continue to do what is appropriate in the interest of the Liberian people.
Okay, Honorable Mayor, I know this fall within your limits as a mayor of Monrovia. For the first time in history, you're going to have two major parks. And then one of the things that we talk about in Liberia has to do with management. What mechanism are you putting in place so that we can continue to maintain this facility? Because I know at the end of the day, Minister Tricon will turn this over to the city authority so that you have to take care of. What are some of those things that have already been put in place by the city authority to be able to take care of this place after it's been completed?
Yeah, similar question were asked when the invisible park were being constructed. And I think pretty you can take your microphone to the invisible park and you see the way it's been maintained and the way it's been managed. And I think I want to say to you, it's one of the most difficult part. But we can say to you, we're working. We are thinking even the city will be here. We will work in consultation with all we also have a way to all sources. We all sources to Liberian company with the requisite expertise so they continue because this is about providing opportunity. So even though the city will take charge, be the custodian, but notwithstanding, we will want a Liberian company with the requisite technical management expertise so that they can, make sure that the park will be maintained up to date and up to standard.
Okay, folks, thank you so much for watching this edition of the program. This is Counter Diary. We have been telling you the untold story right here beyond the BTC, what is being done here. My name is Emmanuel Kotu. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscription button so you can know more about Liberia. Thanks for watching, and many thanks to my producer for the day, Tricon Flammer. We're right here, and we are heading to the next area. Keep watching.